Welcome back. Here are 25 solid quiz questions on the life of Jesus. Take note of the Bible references as you play along. Please share your score with us. Let's begin. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, who was the first to pass by the man attacked by robbers? Correct answer, the priest. Luke 10:31. A priest happened to be going down the same road, but when he saw the man, he walked by on the other side. In which city was Jesus going through when Zacchaeus climbed the sycamore tree to see him? Correct answer, Jericho. Luke 19:1. And he entered and was passing through Jericho. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was dash. Correct answer, God. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the parable of the vineyard workers, when were the first workers hired? Correct answer, early morning. Matthew 20 verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that was a householder, who went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. In which gospel does Jesus say, I am the way, the truth, and the life? Correct answer, John. John 14 verse 6. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. What was the name of the place where Jesus was crucified? Correct answer, Golgotha. John 19:17, and he, bearing his cross, went out to a place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew, Golgotha. Who was the disciple who doubted Jesus' resurrection? Correct answer, Thomas. John 20:24-25. Now Thomas, called the twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. The other disciples therefore said to him, We have seen the Lord. So he said to them, Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe. In the parable of the mustard seed, what does the seed represent? Correct answer, the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 13:31. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. Who was the blind man that Jesus healed near Jericho? Correct answer, Bartimaeus. Mark 10:46. Now they came to Jericho. As he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great multitude, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the road begging. Who was the disciple that Jesus loved? Correct answer, John. John 21:20. Then Peter, turning around, saw the disciple whom Jesus loved following, who also had leaned on his breast at the supper. Who was the first person to see Jesus after his resurrection? Correct answer, Mary Magdalene. John 20:14 through 16. When she had said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there. Jesus said to her, Mary. She turned and said to him, Rabboni. What did Jesus say when he calmed the storm? Correct answer, peace, be still. Mark 4:39. Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. How many times did Peter deny Jesus? Correct answer, 3 times. Matthew 26:34. Jesus said to him, Assuredly I say to you that this night, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. How many disciples did Jesus choose to be his apostles? Correct answer, 12. Luke 6, verse 13. And when it was day, he called his disciples to himself, and from them he chose 12, whom he also named apostles. Who asked Jesus the question, Are you the king of the Jews? Correct answer was Pontius Pilate. Luke 23:3. Pilate asked Jesus, Are you the king of the Jews? Those are your words, Jesus answered. What was the occupation of Matthew before he became a disciple? Correct answer, tax collector. Matthew 9:9. As Jesus passed on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax office, and he said to him, Follow me. So he arose and followed him. In the parable of the sower, what does the seed represent? Correct answer, the Word of God. Luke 8:11. Now the parable is this: the seed is the Word of God. Who betrayed Jesus with a kiss? Correct answer, Judas Iscariot. Matthew 26:49. Immediately he went up to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, where was the man traveling from before robbers attacked him? Correct answer, Jerusalem. Luke 10:30. Jesus replied, "As a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, robbers attacked him and grabbed everything he had. They beat him up and ran off, leaving him half dead." Who was the high priest when Jesus was crucified? Correct answer, Caiaphas. John 11:49-50. And one of them, Caiaphas, being high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people." When Jesus went missing, how many days later did his parents start to look for him? Correct answer, a day. Luke 2:44. They thought he was traveling with some other people, and they went a whole day before they started looking for him. How many baskets of leftover food were collected after Jesus fed the 5,000? Correct answer, 12. Matthew 14:20. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. What was the name of the garden where Jesus prayed before his crucifixion? Correct answer, Gethsemane. Matthew 26:36. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane and said to the disciples, "Sit here while I go and pray over there." In the parable of the persistent widow, what did she seek? Correct answer, justice. Luke 18:3. Now there was a widow in that city, and she came to him saying, "Get justice for me from my adversary." In which city was Jesus born? Correct answer, Bethlehem. Luke 2, 4-7. Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem. And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger.